My name is not important. What is important is what I'm going to do. I just fucking hate this world and these human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred. And I always wanted to die violently. This is the time of vengeance, and no life is worth saving. And I will put in the grave as many as I can. It's time for me to kill. And it's time for me to die.
You're watching the Carter English Show with your host, Brooker English. I'm joined by my special guest, Carter English.
Special guest.
This is the Broken English Brothers podcast where we talk about anything and everything. We are epic and cool for doing that because nobody does that. They talk about...
They talk about topics in a structured manner.
Yeah, we talk about whatever we're feeling on any topic in the world except for politics that we don't really like to talk about. I don't like to talk about. But, man, what an adventure. We missed last week's episode. There was some scheduling conflicts. We try our hardest to make this show happen.
It gets
tough. But yeah, he works mornings, I work overnights, so it doesn't really work out super well. But that's beside the point. We have crazy topics. This one is really near and dear to my heart. It's kind of tangential to all of our viewers because everybody likes pizza. Now, I may be able to show the ad because it pops up on my Facebook feed, but it's the dumbest thing. Okay? She's shaking her head right now because she knows what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, what is this?
Okay, so it's like, get 20% off your order, which is like, okay, that's fine.
Is this for like Domino's?
This is for, it's like...
some no-name
it's
pizza
like
place?
some generic, like some, maybe local, maybe like sort of chain, but it's not Domino's, it's not pizza, it's not your big ones, it's kind of like smaller. Anyways, it's like 20% off your order, which mind you, and this is me, I just go on tangents, but pizza is like one of the highest margins because the ingredients are so damn cheap.
Yeah.
Right? The most expensive ingredient, I think, is the cheese, I want to say.
That would make sense, yeah, because you have to like temperature it a lot more.
Yeah, because like you can have
like the bread.
Tomato sauce is in jars. Flour is good for a while, but flour's cheap as hell, right? Tomatoes are cheap as hell. Cheese is still pretty cheap, but like all those combined to make like pizza, you make a lot of money. Like you spend pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, peanuts, and then you charge them.
You charge $10 for a pizza or whatever, and you spent $2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's like 20% off. And it's like you get 20% off, so you can fill up. So it's this lady. She's just generic looking, whatever. She's got like brown long hair and then like a bunch of tattoos. I assume she's like the owner's like.
And this is like a local commercial, or are you seen it on like YouTube?
This is a local. This is like I see it on my Facebook. Whenever I'm scrolling Facebook, it pops up, and I've never eaten there and never want to eat there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the ad starts. Read. She is opening the box. It is on top of her car. She's at a gas station. Okay, she's at a gas station. She's outside of her car, and then the pizza box is on top, and then she picks up a piece of pizza from the box that's now open or whatever, and then she puts her other hand and she starts pumping the gas
and eating the pizza
and eating the pizza like
while at a gas station.
Well, yeah, at a gas station while she's pumping gas.
Okay.
And
I'm guessing music's playing or something.
Yeah, it's doing like a like just the generic music or whatever. But I'm thinking, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. This is such a stupid thing to complain about, but I look at it and I'm like, I get what they're trying to say, right? Oh, would you save $3 on your pizza? You can use that to fill up at the gas station.
Not with these prices.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, gas is like $3 a gallon right now.
Get one extra gallon.
Get one extra gallon when you save buying pizza from us. I just hate ads like that, or I'm just like, who is eating pizza at because that makes sense, right? Like, I need to run an errand, I need to get gas. You're not taking the box out, putting it on the roof of your car, and then like eating it
Yeah,
while
this
you're
one
pumping
sounds
it
kind of
out.
clunky. Is it filmed kind of amateurish?
Yeah. Hold on, I bet I could probably. Why don't you talk about your thing? I bet I could fill it or find it.
I'll have it play, so you don't have to worry about looking it up. But unless
Okay.
you're wanting to show me. But have you? A lot of this stuff is like a little bit late. But have you seen the George Costanza hair edits?
Yeah, where he looks like a Giga Chad.
Yeah, because they just shave
They
off
just
that
yeah, they
weird
shave off
back.
just like the island or whatever.
Yeah, they get rid of
Yeah,
the
and he's just
island.
bald and they give him a beard.
Some give him a beard, some don't. Um,
Yes, I've seen that.
it's called semen retention, Jerry, and it's real. There's like so many stuff like that.
Well, I seen one. It was like Jerry. He has like the broccoli hair shit.
Yeah, that was the other thing is they started just photoshopping different hairstyles on the entire cast to see what they would look like, and like Elaine, they gave her this one, and then Kramer looks like a hipster.
I've seen that one too. Yes.
But yeah, I saw those, and then I think it like evolved into something else where like they just started taking other 90s sitcom characters and changing their hair or something, but I can't remember. But it started to evolve to like it stopped being like look how like much better he would have looked like if he just shaved his hair. It just started turning into like here's George Costanza, and it's just like he's like buff with a cigar and sunglasses and like some blonde hair. It's just Duke Nukem. And it's just like they just started like let's just Photoshop Costanza as like a different character.
Well, that's how memes evolve.
Yeah,
right?
no, it was so funny, but I was wanting to know if you saw that.
I seen like part of it, just
Yeah.
like what you were saying about. It's like just him with the bald beard combo.
Yeah. That one's like one of the yeah, that's where it started, yeah. That was like one of the things I wanted to talk about. I mean, there's not a whole lot to go on about it. Did you hear about the guy that was just like, I'm just an indie developer, and because of Steam's refund policy,
Yes.
because of Steam's refund policy, nobody's making. And he basically he made this video game, and people were able to beat the game in like 1.5 hours. And for those who don't know, on Steam, which is like where you buy a lot of video games on your like computer, if you have 2 hours of playtime in a game before you can refund it. So if you play a game and you spent like an hour and you're like this is a scam, this is not what they told me, you can refund it and you can get your money back. Now the quote unquote abuse is that they're playing the game, playing it from start to finish and ending it fast enough to still be within the 2-hour threshold. So they play the game, beat it, and then refund it.
Yeah.
And then they like put like a comment where it's like, yeah, it's a great game. I beat it in this amount and I even refunded it and got my money back. And so like it was like kind of spin of like, can you believe this? This guy's game, like he's not getting any money from it because everybody's refunding it. But then you look at the game and it's literal shovelware. It's like this ugly, like
What?
took them like maybe 3 days to make the game, and like it's just this.
But that's what I don't get. Are people just joking about it being a good game then?
I think so, yeah, because it's just like everybody looks at it and you just look at the gameplay. It's just like temporary assets, and you just row a boat.
Well, I just
and
think
you just get from point A to point B.
So on one hand, I think it's like messed up that people do that, but or like the conceptually that it can happen. But
sort of. I'll go into it in a sec, but go on.
But I think I don't know. I'm like there's so many games that are cheap that you can get hours of entertainment from.
Yeah.
Right? And if people feel like they get their money's worth, then
they'll keep it.
They would just keep it anyways.
Yeah.
I've seen there was a challenge actually, the Resident Evil 3, the remake.
Yeah.
There's like a guy, he was like, can I beat this game and refund it in time? So he had like he would buy the game and then try to speed run it
Yeah.
to beat it within the 2.
Yeah.
And he would fail, and so he'd like make a new Steam account and then buy the game, and then
But then
keep
try it
playing
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd
that's
keep
funny
trying
though.
it to get the refund or whatever, and he did. He eventually did it. But I don't know. I think of it more as like that's a failure on the developer than like.
Yeah. Also, again, you look at the game. Do you remember the Mario Party game where like one person rows and the other person does the other row?
Yeah.
It's just that.
With 2, so you play with 2 people?
I think I don't know if you can or something. He said like it's that much depth of a video game. So you just get from like point A to point B and use that weird rowing mechanic. That's the game.
Lol.
Yeah, could you imagine paying like $5 to play that one Mario Party mini game? And so it's just like, and it's just like, oh, I'm losing all this money on this game because so many people are refunding it. And it's just like, I think people are only buying it for that refund like joke. Like it's just a joke, you know? It's just
Yeah.
like, hey, let's just do something funny. And then like you see other people doing something funny, and so you jump on with it. But he's trying, like the person who did it has been calling like, we need to get rid of the refund policy. And it's just like, no, especially like you can maybe make the argument, but also at the same time, it's just like, one, I don't think he would have got that many sales unless there was a refund policy. I think again, it's like part of the joke to like just buy this game and beat it and
the
refund
alternative
it.
is you just never looked at it in the first place.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have bought it if they couldn't refund
Well,
it.
and there's like some publicity factor to it.
From my understanding, that's all it is. But like, it's just like, what, you want to get rid of the refund policy? And it's just like, cool. Let's make sure that there's rug pull games or bait and switch games.
Yeah, like
I mean,
there's
it's
so
just like
many
it's such a
games
stupid
that are on sale or whatever that are like $1, $5, and you can get like hours of entertainment.
Yeah,
And then
no.
there's games like, dude, Pal World. Oh,
And I'm not saying you need to pad out your game, but it's just like, don't pretend like
yeah, like
this
you're
game,
being
people
like
would
there's
be
some
playing this
injustice.
game and you're missing out on all this money. It's like, no, everybody's just bandwagon on a joke because it is literally just such an awful looking game with no depth
You
to
wanna
it.
know-
Probably took them like a week to make.
What's that one dog ass game you were telling me about? Was it Mixtape? Is that what it is called?
Yeah.
You know, what really breaks my heart is I found out that the people that made, I guess it's the publisher, maybe it's not the developers, but
Okay.
there's a game called Outer Wilds. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, yeah. Yeah,
That
I think it's
game-
really popular, right?
It's pretty popular. A lot of people are like, oh, they cry when they. It's not like sad emotional, but it's just kind of like,
It's
like a
an emotional story,
yeah, well,
from what I understand.
yeah, because the game is really cool because if you just like looked up a guide or something, you could beat the game in 20 minutes, right? But I spent like, the barriers to that game is just like what you find and your knowledge, right? So like the replayability isn't great, but it's a game that really like.
Yeah, it's exploratory and stuff. Kind of like the Stanley Parable.
I haven't played it, but I
But you
really
know
need
of
to.
it. Yeah, you could probably
Yeah.
speed run the Stanley Parable.
But
This is like, but that's not why it was successful. You could beat the game in less than 2 hours. You could refund it.
But it's interesting because the community, like, if you ever find, like, if you
That's
find
how I know about it, is because of like fan songs and like people
But, like,
posting
if
art of
you
it.
tried to look up, I mean, obviously you could find spoilers or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
it's one of the most tight knit like communities where, like, if you find it, what's a game that changed your life or whatever, and you would find that game as like a top answer on a Reddit thread or whatever. Everyone that talks about it, they're just like, don't look up anything, just go play it, and there's like no spoilers or whatever. Like,
Yeah, it's funny because it's just like I've only heard the name and the aesthetics of it. I don't know anything about
it's
the
really
game.
fun, and it is like it. There's a lot of people that even said they're like, yeah, my life has changed because of it, because it does give you this really weird perspective when you start figuring out what's going on about like life in general, like beyond it being a video game, like because of just how our universe is.
Like a meta perspective.
Yeah, just like about life. It is kind of like gives you a new perspective on life, at least for me. I'm not saying the game like changed my entire
But
life.
it was a perspective.
But like
shift.
there was a perspective thing of just about like life is fleeting kind of thing, like about like creation and stuff like that. Anyways, I'd recommend that game. I beat it recently. I'm working on the DLC now, which actually one of my viewers, I call him a friend now, but one of my viewers bought me the DLC for it to play. So
But it was published by the same people who made
it's
Mixtape.
published by the same people, and they make a lot of those games that are like really story heavy, and like the gameplay is a vehicle. Mixtape, I think, is something different. Where
I think Mixtape is taking that to the extreme, where it's like it's not even Dougie, where it's not even a video game anymore. It's
it's like the raw
visual novel.
Well, it's like the most basic like idea of what a video game is, I think, right?
I guess, but like that's the thing is like, is it a video game if like your inputs cannot affect anything? Like if all your inputs can do is just
so like think about
change like a background.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. I do wonder is like is Mixtape like maybe there's more intricate parts of it, but like if Mixtape literally is like no matter what you do, once you hit start, it's going to play out.
Is that the case?
I think so. Like, and you cannot lose.
Well, so it's like,
and you can't really.
That feels like
anything.
more like. Have you seen those those Netflix games or whatever? It's like a TV show, but like you click and then it'll go to the next scene. Like you make a decision or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's
more.
So it's just like it does bring in the question. Is just like it's more of like if you click it, they'll like flick their pencil or they'll be talking like with a pencil in their hand, you know, that you can see on screen, and you can click a button and they'll like flick a pencil like on this YouTube video.
So
or
that makes
if something like that exists, that would be kind of close to what Mixtape has been presented to me as.
So that kind of reminds me of if you remember Sly Cooper.
And I guess like my question is like, is that even a video game?
I think fundamentally yes, but it's very liberal.
I guess if you can have like interactivity
you have
with
input.
it.
But what I was gonna say was like Sly Cooper, where there's conversations where you can like move your head around or whatever.
Yeah, that's essentially
it's like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, you do other stuff in the game, but like if that was the whole game, where it's like people are just talking, and you have minimal input.
Yeah.
I think yes, because you have to think about what is a game, right? It's a very broad definition. The thing I think of is like that little water toy where like you push a button and it shoots water up. And like your goal is to get the rings in.
But that's your goal, and you can lose. The way Mixtape has been presented is you can get like that little bird that like goes down and do that to just like occasionally hit the X button, and then just have like a rubber band like rotate or something and move the analog stick, and you could just do that, and then as soon as you hit start on the game, like eventually the game will complete itself. That's how it's now maybe there's like a mini game that nobody's talked about where like that wouldn't work. But let's say in this situation, it's just like if the video game will complete itself as long as like something is hitting X randomly and something's moving around the Joy-Con randomly, and it would eventually just complete itself. Is that really a video game? I don't know. I don't feel like it is. I feel like that's like playing a video game in the sense of watching a movie and you're playing around with which we used to do, or at least I used to do. We'd be watching like a DVD and then we'd just be playing with the menu controls to like rewind it or pause it randomly or something, or do those.
Yeah, I guess. I think, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think technically speaking, yes, you could call it a video game, but like in spirit, no, it is not. It's a visual.
I don't know if you should ever get to the point where people have to reevaluate the definition of
something
the
so
medium.
Simple as
the medium itself. Like, is this really a movie?
Okay,
if you can only
hold on.
Like, you have to use Braille to like.
But think about that, right? Like, but innovation, and I'm not saying that they're innovating.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe like if they advertised it as a movie. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Maybe if they advertised it as a movie, just saying like, oh, you could do stuff. Think about it. It's like, oh wow, this is something more where it's like you could input. But anyways, I think about like innovation where VR, right? It's like that's a little bit different. Like if you had the virtual reality helmet
And you
and
were watching a movie with
well, and
that,
you were
where you could
watching a
like look
movie and like you
around.
could go around the area. Like imagine they each scene or something, right? They have a box that they created and that you could just it's interacting with that, and that's all you could do is you just walk. You can just kind of move
You can just
around.
you're in control of where the camera is
So like
during the scene.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Versus the scene, the perspective that they would force you to see in like a
Yeah.
movie or whatever. It's like yes, that that kind of blurs the lines of what a movie is, right? Because there is some interactivity. The format of VR is typically geared toward gaming. But if you had a controller that you could move around and you could still interact, or not interact, but like move around in that environment, that also would blur the lines. But
Yeah, it's just like I think the other thing with specifically mixtape is like it's it's redefining what a video game is
in the worst way
in the
possible.
worst way possible, but then on top of it, it's using a trope, and maybe people are just giving it shade that it doesn't deserve, but it just a coming of age story in the format that they're doing seems very, very played out as well, especially at this point. I mean, it was played out
Yeah, I
like 10
mean, we're
years
not.
ago.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not really what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
the story could even be good. I don't care about the story.
Yeah.
I'm mainly concerned about yeah, like the
But
medium
like
and
what
how
I'm
it's
getting at is
used.
because it's not, I think that also just like you're innovating, but like you're doing it with a product. It's just like it's like doing the VR thing with the movie, and it's just like Transformers 2. And it's just like, yeah, this isn't even like the movie wasn't even filmed around this. This isn't a great movie. It's like one that like nobody cares to rewatch. It's just like you should have maybe made sure the movie was good before you also try to innovate, because you're not even really showcasing a lot of
He's
it.
yapping. I'm not trying to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
It's just a thing that happened at the Target store. I got a response.
What happened at the
Can we?
Target store?
Do you
Talk
want
about
to share? Can I
We
share?
can talk about it.
the.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. So get this. So we're just checking out, right? And this lady who works at Target, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's not even our cashier, right? Our cashier's like this teenage girl. She's probably like, I don't know, like early
Everyone's like
20s.
teenage.
Well, I just mean like she's probably like 19, 20,
She's
21.
around my age, yeah.
She's like 20, 21, whatever. Anyways, she's like doing her stuff and this other employee comes up and goes like, "So when are you due?" Talking to Julie.
What the heck?
Yeah, and I'm like, "Huh?" And I didn't know they're having this conversation or whatever. And she just keeps like asking. It's like, "Oh, but was it recent?" And she's like, Julie's like,
Yeah, no, it started because I don't know how well I'm going to be picked up on the mic. It is what it is.
Here, get over here.
He said, get over here. Okay, so we were just checking out, and then I was going to grab my card out of my pocket because I was paying for everything. And then she walks up and she's like, when are you due? And I said, excuse me? And she said, when are you due? And I'm like, I'm not pregnant. And she's like, oh, did you recently have a baby? And I'm like,
What
what the fuck is wrong with you? And then, like, she just kept, like,
she kept
bothering and
she kept
asking
bothering.
and-
going.
She kept.
Yeah, and she's like,
Hold on, no, just.
oh, like, I care about, like, people having, or women having safe deliveries and whatnot. And I'm like, lady, leave me alone. Like,
How old was this lady?
old, she was old.
Here,
Like
just
80s.
just. Okay, so no,
What
she's
the-
probably like 45 or something.
I'd say like 50, 60. But
Okay, she's like maybe 50s or whatever.
50s, 60s.
But she worked there. She got like crazy hair, like or rainbow hair or whatever. She's like graying, but she has like rainbow hair.
What the?
And the cashier was like,
yeah,
"I'm
just
so
like
sorry."
cross
She's like,
and
"I'm so sorry."
I
that
would
happened."
be
She
shocked.
was the sweetest lady, but I don't know how you can work somewhere and just walk up and harass a customer.
I don't know how you can do that anywhere. And also, I don't know why everybody, for those who don't see Julie, she doesn't look like she's pregnant.
No.
Like,
I mean, like, I got a little bit of a stomach because I eat unhealthy, but I don't look pregnant.
Like I don't know if her mic's picking up. She says she has a little bit of a stomach or something because she eats unhealthy. But I don't know. Like,
okay, so she does a survey to complain, which
uh-oh.
So she gets a response. What's this response?
What's the response? You want the mic back?
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name, so we're just gonna skip over that. But
Wait, what was it?
I don't know how to say it. It looks French, which is funny.
Aaliyah?
Aurelie.
Yeah, that was our cashier.
That was the cashier?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, whoever responded said they're the SNETL.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, sorry. No, that's not a different person. I'm sorry. Anyway, what'd they say?
Thank you for sharing your experience. I sincerely appreciate your feedback about your recent visit to our store. I do apologize about this, and we'll look into this and have a conversation about this with them. I do apologize about this once again. We strive to bring joy, in all caps, to all our guests and their shopping experiences. I want to make this right for both you and all target guests in the future. If you're open to further discussing how we might do that, please respond.
So yeah, give me $1 million.
Money.
Money. So
I think it's because
what did you say? Hold on, real quick. What did you say?
In the thing, I just said what happened. I'm like, hey, I was checking out. I had the sweetest cashier. I just explained what happened, really.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, I feel like this is unaccessible.
unacceptable.
Yes, my
Yeah,
brain
it's unacceptable.
It's
Yeah.
unacceptable to be harassed by an employee who wasn't even helping me.
Well,
Yeah,
so
the
I've
fact
talked
that
about.
yeah.
So I was telling her when this happened, I'm like, I'm so sorry because I didn't really know what was going on. I thought she was just talking to her about something, because I was talking with the cashier or whatever. Anyways, I learned of that literally in I think second grade because there was someone that said that to my teacher. It's like, when are you pregnant or whatever, and then there's someone's like, no, you shouldn't ask that. It's very rude because
if they're not
if
pregnant,
it's like,
or they had like it could have went wrong. There's
yeah,
so
it's
many.
like, what if they had like a miscarriage or stillborn or something,
Yeah.
and then or it's just like at best it's just like, oh, some stranger like tells you, oh,
Like you have a conversation about pregnancy at best.
yeah, at best, and then at worst it's like you just committed the
brought,
ultimate
yeah, you
faux
just brought
pas.
up some psychological trauma
Yeah,
in public that somebody has to
that could
like
go
avoid
either way.
breaking down in tears potentially. Yeah. I think it's don't hate me too much for this, Julie. Just continuing to talk about it. But I think it's because it's like you're super skinny and like your weight distribution is like, because like with me, like my fat goes into my face as well as my gut, but also you see it a little bit in my arms and my legs a little bit. But if I was a girl, people would probably think I'm pregnant because of the weight distribution of outside of my head, my stomach, most of it goes into my belly. I think you might have that, and maybe that's why. Because that's
don't
just
Either
know.
way, it was still rude as hell.
It is rude as hell, and I wouldn't think you're pregnant. That's why I'm just like still confused about it. I'm trying to rationalize why somebody would approach
Well, this is
somebody, and
as
I'm
good a
like, the only
time
thing
as
I can
ever
think of
to
is
tell you.
what.
I'm kidding.
I can't even. Again, this is like, if anybody could see Julie, it's just like,
Yeah, it's
she
whack.
doesn't seem pregnant. So that's also the weird part. Is this like,
Here's the second part. Should I respond to the email?
yeah, should she respond?
Yeah, say I want $1 million.
I want one. No, what you do is just like, I want you to pay for my delivery, and like the reverse is that it's like she is pregnant.
Lol.
I want you to pay for my hospital.
I don't know
bills.
what. Okay, so what would you if there's actually anybody? This mic is pissing me off. But what would you guys ask for if somebody did that to you?
I'll take a couple Target gift cards.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't, because it's just, I don't want to get this lady who's probably autistic or suffering.
We-
She was probably supposed to just be a
I think
greeter.
she was just a mean old lady.
You think she was mean?
I don't think she's
no,
mean.
not if
I
you
think
have
she's
rainbow hair. If you
naive.
have rainbow hair, I know this sounds weird, like that I'm like stereotyping people, but my experience, rainbow-colored people are trying to be more
Okay,
friendly.
yes, she
They're just
strikes
not.
me as the lady that's like really friendly and will like just yap at you and
Yeah.
like even though, but she won't get the message that you're like
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and then it culminated in there in the worst way possible.
You should just tell her. Just make sure she sticks at her greeter
Yeah, say, make
area
sure,
at
yeah,
the
make sure
at the
she,
door.
well, yeah, and I don't know,
I don't even know what, because she was standing outside, I think, of like an employee door or something, like outside of
She could have been the manager.
God forbid. Okay, I gotta ask you this. I
Yeah.
always, okay, this is like, I get brainwashed or something because every time I see it and then I think about it and I'm like, well, I gotta look that up and I always forget. What does it mean, the Bob Lisa Clear? What does that mean?
What? In what
The
context?
Bob Lisa?
Are Bob/Lisa clear?
Oh, he, Bob Lisa Clear. Yeah, no, it was
Because I see that at all the grocery stores.
yeah, I think it's an anagram. I gotta look it up. I remember hearing.
Bob and Lisa are retail acronyms used by cashiers and store workers to prevent theft.
Okay, that's what
Bob means bottom of basket, and Lisa means look inside always, or look inside small areas.
Lisa means look inside small areas, and Bob means bottom of the basket. So it's a for because I don't know if her mic's getting picked up. Okay, so it's an acronym to make sure that's like, hey, are they trying to steal? Make sure to do the checks. Like, is the theft check clear? This is what it sounds like. Yeah, Bob and Lisa clear.
Yeah, see, I had no idea.
Yeah,
So I had to
I
ask.
remember hearing about it when I was working there, but it was very low on the priorities, and I wasn't front of store when I worked there, so I never really.
I
Heard
just
that.
seen it because at both the stores that I've gone to, I've seen them. So
They
that's
say
why.
that when you're doing it, or like you see it.
No, I
where-
just see the sticker on all the
Oh,
on all the registers or whatever whenever I'm leaving. I've seen that at Crest and at Target.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, there's like a big theft uprising that's
Well, yeah,
happening.
Target doesn't care. Some of them do, but
I know Target does care because apparently Target is getting rid of the self checkouts or like severely limiting
yeah,
them.
Walmart too. That I remember that was like a
Yeah.
thing because it was like COVID. They wanted self checkout, and then
Yeah.
they realized, wait a second. Which I prefer self checkout.
I prefer self
Because
checkout
they
as well.
waste so many plastic bags. They'll put like, I'm like, just please let me. Honestly, like you could just watch me like 1-to-1 and let me bag it because they just waste so many.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's just like and again, it's like theft is more of an economical problem more than a moral problem. I feel, you know, you're gonna have your kleptos, and that needs to be watched out for. But it's just like, yeah, a lot of people aren't doing good. I don't know if you saw, but like eggs are like $8 now. It's like, could you like, whoa?
Yeah, life is getting tougher, but people are ignoring it. But that's about as far as I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. We'll figure it out. Just
We'll be
change
all right.
up.
No. All right, let's talk about Splatoon Raiders.
Okay.
Because if you know this channel, we're Nintendo fans, or I guess I am.
You are.
Carter,
I'm.
Carter used to be when he was a kid.
When
but
I was a kid, I was like a loyalist because I was like
I'm
not autistic because I'm trying to be better about not saying I'm autistic, but I felt very uncomfortable playing non-safe games like
Huh.
Nintendo games.
Well,
Even though that's not, but it's just like, what is safe? I don't know, because Team Fortress 2 was safe because it had that cartoony aesthetic. So
Interesting.
whatever my like dumb brain.
well, the Zelda game, still no news on that, whatever. But there's Splatoon Raiders. Did you play Splatoon? Any
Yes,
of
yes.
them?
We talked about
We
this,
talked
and I
about
played the salmon run.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a direct where they talked about it, and the game looks incredible.
Yeah, I heard there was a recent direct.
Yeah, there's like 18 minutes, whatever, where they just talk about it. Hey, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this. And it seems like there's a lot of content and it seems really fun. There's like enemy, like a bunch of variety and like progression and stuff. Uh, I'm very, very excited. for
When's
it.
the game come out? Is it this
Comes out
year?
on what is it? 4 days from now?
4 days from now, but it's Switch 2 exclusive.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you can't play it for
But here's
Switch
the
1.
thing. Well, no. But here's the thing. $60,
Really?
right?
I guess that's fair, but I wonder if it would have been 40 before the whole price hikes. Because
I
I
don't
don't know if
think
you remember,
so.
but some games were 40. Like,
Not on Switch.
really?
Switch. If it was a Switch game, it's $60,
Okay.
no matter what.
Okay.
And then Nintendo Switch, the standard going is 70, which makes me worry about the content, like how much content there's going to be. But on the other hand, I'm like, it looks like there's a lot.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of content.
I mean, it does. It honestly, like, that is like peak, like, what I want out of Nintendo. Arcade fun. And it looks
dude,
like it's an
Salmon
arcade
Run,
fun.
oh, it's so fun, man. Salmon
Yeah.
Run was so fun to me.
I did really like it.
But like looking at all the gameplay, like some of the stuff they were showcasing, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I think this game is going to do really well, and I really hope it does because
Yeah, because we need more games like
More
that.
games
That are
like
just
that,
like
just
arcade fun.
single
Like,
player adventures.
Yeah.
There's co-op you can do. I think it's only online, but you can do like 4-player co-op. And then there's like the Dark Souls feature where it's like if you're having trouble with like a certain level, you can call in like a random person from the internet and they can just come help you. And if they help you actually beat it, they get like new rewards that you can only get by doing that.
oh, I do like that, and that's also good. That's a big step for people who don't know. On Nintendo, they're very anti playing with strangers.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like,
So
yeah.
I do like that.
And then the Zelda game. Like, I need more info now.
Yeah.
Because it's almost August. The game's supposed to be coming out in 2026, and we don't have a release date, an actual release date.
All right, stop right there. I'm gonna use your restroom.
Pause.
You sleepy?
No, maybe, I don't know. We're back. We had to take a short break. I don't remember what I was talking about.
You were talking
have something
about
else?
Splatoon Raiders,
Splatoon.
and then you were about to go into Zelda.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. We talked about Zelda last episode. I'm excited. We need info. It's supposed to come out in 2026, which is this year.
The Ocarina of Time remake.
They said 2026, and it's almost August.
I think it's coming out for Christmas.
Yeah, but I want a release date, and I want more information. They usually do a direct or like a little mini presentation.
I'm
for it.
surprised. Usually they don't do teasers until until it's like way far out. That's why I'm just like, are you sure it's gonna be 2026?
That's what that's what they said.
I think they're gonna delay it.
No.
Breath of the Wild, how many times they delay that?
A lot, but
Yeah.
no, okay, hold on. There hasn't been a Zelda game this year. There's been a Zelda game, unless that one bullshit ass sequel
Has it been 5 years since Tears of the Kingdom?
It's been 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
What is it? It's like Age of Imprisonment. Was that this year? Yeah, that was last year. So like, even if it's like a spin-off, they come out with a Zelda game because 2024 was Echoes of Wisdom, where you play Zelda.
Yeah, but that's not like a mainline
No,
one.
but I'm saying there is a Zelda game that comes out, like, because
Every
that's not
year?
mainline. Yes, every year. It's either like a remake or like a spin-off.
Okay, so we had Tears of the Kingdom, Echoes of
Echoes of Wisdom.
Wisdom. That's still 2 years.
No, Age of Imprisonment came out last year.
What? What's Age of Imprisonment?
It's that like Hyrule Warriors. It's a sequel to the spin-off Age of Calamity.
Oh, really? I didn't know they made a new Hyrule Warriors.
So like you know how Breath of the Wild you play like 100 years before.
Yeah. That really.
Yes,
I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, because
Did it bomb?
I'm sure because Hyrule Warriors is already niche.
Yeah, but
like,
Age of Calamity didn't really bomb.
Age of Calamity, no, I don't think it bombed, but that game like was a bait and switch because they advertised it like
It's
it
like
was
a Hyrule Warriors game.
Well, no. They advertised it as, oh, find out what happened 100 years ago. or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
But it turns out it's like there's like time travel and like it's not canon. There's like
Oh
there's
well,
like chicanery.
yeah, that is a bait
fuckery.
and switch. Yeah.
Yeah, because they advertise like, oh, you get to play as the old champions and you get to play as Link before he, and relive the story like through this gameplay or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh no, there's like this little robot that can time travel and like this is just a new timeline and they kill Ganon before it, Link doesn't actually die or get almost killed.
Lame.
Yes, I know. And so I'm like, I don't care anymore. Also, it was when I was transitioning jobs, but I'm like, what do I care? I'm like,
I don't think anybody cares because I have not heard. I didn't even know. I'm just learning that this game came out.
But the point stands that because in 2022, I could be wrong, but I think 2022 was Skyward Sword HD.
Skyward Sword HD. Yeah, so Tears of the Kingdom, Skyward Sword HD, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, 2021. Yes.
And then whatever that other game is. And yeah, I don't know. How long have they been doing that though? Because like I think in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom there was
it
a
was 6
year.
years, but this is a
Yeah.
remake though. I guess there technically was not a game in 2022. What I'm saying? Yes, there was not a game in 2022. But historically, that's actually the only year that they've skipped. Because Age of Calamity was 2020. There was that Link's Awakening remake in 2019. I guess there was Cadence of Hyrule, if you count that. Hyrule Warriors 2018. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Age of Imprisonment.
I mean, if you say so, I'm interested to put down some bets on that if it'll actually come out this year.
Oh, really?
Maybe. Yeah.
You want to put your money where your mouth is.
That was something I wanted to talk about was gambling.
Ooh, I love gambling.
Do you really?
For fake money, yeah, I love it.
I think gambling is probably a very good. What is that?
He's not a knower.
Is that put your hand down?
Well, no, it's so in my Twitch chat,
Mm-hmm.
Smile, I have a emote where it's her little dog and he's just pressing a button.
Oh, okay.
And that's what we do. We spam that whenever I get the gamble because I do you can do little gambles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I love them. The community loves them. You get like little points that you can redeem for. I actually have another gamble. You gamble on points, and then the points that you get, you can gamble on something else that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a random picture of her dog, and then there's certain rewards like.
I've recently been experimenting with the belief that gambling can be good and is not just purely negative or positive. Have you ever heard of what intermittent what is it? It's like intermittent rewards or something. Intermittent dopamine. Essentially like if you were to take like a monkey and if he hits the button, he gets a piece of candy. Eventually every time he hits that button, like the dopamine he'll get
is reduced.
However, if you make it where if he hits the button, there's only a 1 in 20 chance that he'll get candy. When he does get the candy, it like stays like really positive. And I
Your
think
mic.
yeah, it's falling off the little thing. How do I get it to?
You done messed it up.
Yeah. It was giving me this issue earlier. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out how to harness that information
for your game.
No, for myself, because I'm trying to like be better about caffeine, and I'm wondering if like I take my agency out of it. Because if you ask me, it's like a 70% chance, or maybe 60, that I'm just gonna get the caffeine. But I'm thinking if like maybe I take it out of my control, and like I was wondering if I should like start working on an app where it's just like you do a certain thing and then you get a chance to like roll the slot machine, and then it's just like it'll let you know like if you can have that caffeine that day or whatnot. So it's less of your choice and more of like a randomness.
I kind of like that.
I
There could
like
be
it.
money there.
Yeah, and it's also I do think like inherently humans need that. You think of like the hunter gatherer or whatever. However we used to
we were like,
well, I mean, just in general, up until the Industrial Revolution, like you didn't know what you were gonna get. You didn't know what was at the shop, how the crops were doing, what you'd find out in the wilderness when you're hunting. And I'm like talking like 1800s and stuff. I'm not even talking about like Neanderthal or Homo erectus
you
era.
look back.
When you look back, no, but it's and again, this is all theory crafting. There's not a lot of science to like support it because I'm just looking around to see if like there's merit in this. I'm still in the early stages of that, but you like look into like just when you don't know what you're gonna get, whatever you end up getting is a lot more valued because it's just like, well, at least I have something, or like it's a surprise kind of aspect of it. Like, I'm thinking of doing the Hello Fresh thing, and I honestly, um, I think I might go about that just because it's just like it takes away my ability to choose what to eat because it's like if you give me the choice, I'm gonna get the same things most of the time,
Yeah, but like
and
food is.
it takes
I
a
like you had me with the caffeine, but the Hello Fresh crap. Because what if you're just like, man, I don't like this food. This isn't good, and now I'm just sad.
but then when you don't get sad, then it's really good, even if you might have not liked it to begin with.
But that's the thing is like, okay, the caffeine thing again. You had me because it's just like, man, I want caffeine, but I shouldn't. So like, let me gamble.
Yeah,
But
and I would definitely. I think with
but
the
it's like you have to eat. We're not talking about treats anymore. Where it's like, oh, I have like a little soda pop or something. It's like you just have
I'll say
to
this.
eat.
I'll say this. As long as it's not potatoes, like I enjoy it no matter what. Like it's very difficult to lose out on food for me.
Well, I remember there was something I seen. It was like a post on Reddit. This was years ago, but it was like I don't know what to eat. So what they would do is they would get 4 me fighters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that was like Taco Bell, one that was like Chick-fil-A or whatever. Just
Yeah.
4 restaurants or something. And then he would make them fight in random on Smash Bros. And then whoever
Yeah.
wins, that's what he gets.
Yeah.
So it's like out of
Yeah,
his
it's like
control.
that. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. I'm thinking of doing HelloFresh because I know I would enjoy anything they have on the menu.
All right.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's the thing. It's not like, oh, I could have a really crappy meal, freak, and it's just like that's not on the table for like because like if it's a crappy meal, I'm not gonna eat it.
Well,
But again, like very little few. Like I mean, just mashed potatoes is the only thing I can't eat. I'll eat almost anything. Anybody who knows me.
Well, I'd say I am gambling averse with real money and real like consequences.
I think money you shouldn't because that's like we're in a society that's like very much
We are
like
in a society.
yeah, but like there's like your bills, all these things. Now, if you're taking like expendable money, maybe, but like the thing is like not everybody can put that limit on what's expendable money and what's like money for bills and mandatory stuff. So I think that's where it gets like really messy when you start playing with money. I don't plan on gambling with money. I plan on gambling with the other stuff like the caffeine.
Well, I love gambling like in video games.
I hate gambling in
I
video
love
games.
gambling in video games. Like
That's so
I like
funny.
doing slots. I don't like doing stuff like poker where like the game tricks you into thinking there's like skill involved when it's like the cards are generated by a number sequence.
Well, you like Balatro.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's not gambling in any way.
Yeah, a little bit. It has a luck mechanic.
I mean, there's luck mechanics, but that's different than like gambling. Where
No,
like I'm
okay.
talking about like in Pokemon when you play like the slot machines.
Yeah, I worked on a slot machine. That was like one of my first video game programming uh things that I had to do. I think gambling has a bad rap because it it can be very detrimental to a lot of people and there's not barriers. It's like it's either gambling is allowed and you can completely ruin your life over it, and there's no means to make sure that people don't fall into that, or you're not allowed to do it at all. And I do think gambling has its place,
Let's go get
and we need to
some.
figure out like how to allow people to utilize it. But
Well, you
I
just do
don't know.
hard caps.
Do
Like,
what?
you just do hard caps.
Hard
Like
caps
if you
might
drink
work.
at a bar, you know, they're like, no, we're not gonna. But casinos, they want your money, so they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, they'll let you lose. Yes.
But that would be the solution. That's never gonna happen. I'm not even saying that it.
Yeah,
necessarily
I
should.
don't. Yeah, I feel like if it's ever with real world money, I think it's a very sketchy situation. Again, because of what money is to us. It's like gambling food, essentially, of like if you're going to be able to eat or something that day. Not a good thing, but that I. So you like loot boxes and stuff in video games? Is that what you're saying though?
No.
Because that's gambling.
That involves actual money, though.
Okay,
Now,
gotcha.
mind
Yeah,
you, okay, so let's say I actually like
like
how
random
Overwatch.
drops that you get for just
So
playing
like
the game.
I actually like how it's done in Overwatch now. I think Overwatch it's good now because I don't think you can buy loot boxes. Yeah, you can't buy loot boxes, but you still get them and you get like
Yeah.
different rewards or whatever, and that's neat. But like before, where it was, no, you pay $50 and you get 25 loot boxes.
Yeah.
That I don't like. I don't like the crate system in TF2.
Yeah, I don't like the crate system.
That's not what I'm talking about because that's real money to gamble.
Yeah, and again, I think real money with again because it's like gambling your rent payments, gambling a resource that's used for rent payments and food. It's just like
Yeah,
you shouldn't be gambling with like life situational stuff.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not.
talking about I pay, $40 for a game and then in the game I can play blackjack or whatever and get like a bunch of in-game money that you cannot get even if you spent real world money or tried to, like it just doesn't have an option.
Yeah,
That's fun because there's no
yeah.
consequence.
Yeah, no consequence, and but I'm gonna be trying to do that with like the caffeine and stuff. Maybe with like what I pick for like the food. Again, like I wouldn't do it where it's like a real world consequence negatively, but yeah. So that's something I've just been playing around with. I think like we're kind of set up to maybe like enjoy the when you
Oh,
set
man.
out that day, like the unexpectedness needs to be there, otherwise it just becomes mundane. But did you have anything else to talk about? Because I only had one more thing.
Yeah, we have. Well, you can do your thing and then I have something.
Okay.
What's our time at?
53.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to be quick because we have to do our segment.
We don't even have the segment.
I do.
All right.
Okay. So do you know who Bruce Straley is?
No.
Do you know who Neil Druckmann is?
Is that a political figure?
No.
That name sounds really familiar. Is he like in entertainment?
He do you know Last of Us?
Oh, he's the writer for that, right?
He would like you to believe so.
Okay.
So apparently, like The Last of Us 1, when it first came out, it was written by Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann, or like they were like co-collaborators on like the story and everything. And apparently, like there's like I was listening to this thing, and basically, if you go back with Druckmann or whatever, you find out like he's wanted to do like all this stuff, and people would keep reeling him back and whatever. And Straley had like this pretty prolific. I think he worked on like Last of or not Last of. Well, I mean yes, Last of Us, but Uncharted. Like I guess he was like one of the head writers of Uncharted 3 and 4, or maybe all of them or something.
Okay.
But yeah, did you like Last of Us 1, right? Like have you never got into it?
The story was kind of interesting. I watched a Let's Play of it, and that's another one of those games. Like it's not as egregious as like a mixtape, but I remember just thinking about it. I'm like, the gameplay loop does not seem very fun.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought that at
the
time.
appeal was like the dynamics you have with the
was
characters.
the story, yeah,
the stories, yeah. So you have that. It's considered like one of the best games ever
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
And then Last of Us 2 happens, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know who cares at this point if we can go into spoilers or whatever, but spoilers. But it goes into this dark, cynical kind of mentality. They kill off one of the main characters that everybody loves, like just right off the bat. Um,
Well, in a lame way too, I think.
the what?
Well, it was just like a very like. I think they didn't wasn't it like Abby that killed him or something?
Yeah, like Abby, like this one chick kills the main character. This lady you've never seen, this teenager you've never seen for, comes over and murders him, and then the game is just about playing as like the girl and going on this fetch quest essentially to go murder her for revenge.
But then you don't even do it. I
Yeah, but
think.
then you don't even do it. And that's the game. It's just like a revenge story, and it's just like also when you're in like a certain like a post-apocalyptic world and you're just barely surviving, like usually revenge is not a good motivator. So it's like, yeah, I mean it can be, but for like unhinged people
Well, I
sometimes,
think
but
that
like
was supposed to be the point, was that it was like revenge isn't worth it or something. I think that was one of the. I could be wrong, but
I think so, but also like revenge is not a good mode. Like if you're starving, you can't just ignore the fact that you're hungry, like ignoring that you're hungry and then like risking that just for like the first game was about like them finding a cure, refuge, or a way out of the situation that they were in. So making the sacrifices that they have to make to get to that destination makes sense. But when you're making all those decisions and sacrifices just for the sake of getting revenge, after like a while it doesn't really hold a story up together too much, in my opinion, I guess in a lot of people's opinion, because the game was heavily criticized and whatnot. Anyways,
I
so
think
there's that, and it took a huge tonal shift and all this other stuff. um it was because the Straley guy stopped working on it and whatnot. He left, and then they made the second one, and then you found out it was like, oh, like this was a story that Druckmann wanted to do for like ever, was this revenge story where you kill off like beloved character stuff that nobody really wanted from Last of Us. Anyways, he started taking credit for all of Last of Us and like saying he's like, yeah, this is what I wanted from the get-go, and this is where. And then the TV show came out and everything, and he was just taking all of credit. And here's the thing is, like, in movies and televisions, like there's protections in place to make sure that like if you wrote something, like they make sure you get your credit. Like there's like or at least there's a bunch of protections to make sure that you get the credit of you writing it, so somebody doesn't just show up and say, yeah, I did it, thanks for the like the clout and everything, but I'll be taking it from here. It's like I think like with movies, if you like directed something 60% through or 70% through, you cannot fire them.
well, because they have like a lot of union protections.
Yeah, they have a lot of protections because they've had a lot of history of people abusing this stuff.
Whereas like, well, I
Whereas
don't know.
video games do not have the same protections.
Well, I wonder
Because
to what extent does that apply to like, because ghostwriters are a thing for books and songs.
yeah, but there's usually like an agreement and some contracts that are signed before you get into it. But also like I don't know too much about the book thing because the ghostwriters thing gets like kind of tricky. But I can tell you with like the huge industry that is like movies and television, there's a lot of protections. Like again, like I'm saying, it's just like 70% or 80%, you cannot fire the director anymore. You can't fire like certain key staff, and you cannot omit them from the credits
So
either.
what? So what's his name was like? No,
So Neil Struckman starts taking credit for the TV show as well, of the writing and everything for that. And then they re-release Last of Us, and they call it Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah.
And Strayman not even mentioned in it. They got rid of his credits Yeah, they got rid of his credits. He's like revising history of what happened. And then you also look into like the stuff that they change. At the end of The Last of Us, there's like this whole fight scene or whatever. And it's because like the character's just like, I'm not willing to like kill this new daughter figure that I have on like a whim that might save people, because at that point, what's the point of saving them if I'm having to like kill the one person I care about or whatever. Um but also it's like they don't even know if this is gonna work. It's like just like a fool's gambit, you know. It's just like there's they've lied to us about like the chances and like the assurity that they had. Is like turns out they don't have that, and it's just like they're just hoping this will work or whatever. So you do all that, but then they with The Last of Us Part 1, he retcons it, and it's just like, oh, you don't hurt me, you don't hurt my daughter. And it's like, it's not about like the fact that like it's completely unlikely that it'll even be a success, and that they have to kill her, and that they're just crazed people who are just chasing dreams or whatever, among other stuff or whatever. But like they just change it in a way to where you won't feel as guilty when he gets killed.
Oh,
Yeah, because he's just like, well, in my part 2, we're gonna kill him off. And apparently in part 2, um, like when it first came out and everything, you're doing it and it retcons. It's just like it adds flashbacks and like extra, store like stuff to tell you why he did certain stuff, and it wasn't the reason you thought it was. Like basically, again, changing them so that it's
like for
just
what? It's like to
so
what
you wouldn't
end?
feel bad when they murder him.
Yeah, but like it seems pretty obvious, right? Like,
What? Well, I mean, everybody hated that game, yeah.
well, I'm just saying, like the revising history, like people are gonna notice that.
A lot of people haven't. Like, that's the thing. Like, you think of Dad. Like, Dad was like, why did they kill him off? And it's just like,
Oh yeah,
because Dad, the guy who wrote the first one, isn't the guy that took over the second one and then also is taking over the TV show. And it's just like, like so many people. I didn't know this. Did you know this?
no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is like, yeah, it's there. But yeah, it's just funny. Like the guy Strayman has even spoken out, and he's just like, every other industry, there's protections against just re-releasing a movie and then wiping the credits of the people you don't want and putting your own name on there.
So it was like some falling out or something, or we don't know.
I mean, the guy just left, and they've just been erasing his stuff so that this guy can,
Prop
become,
himself up.
I'm the I'm the Last of Us guy,
guy.
and it's just like, not really. Like we see what you do when it's just you, and everybody freaking hates it. Like, I mean, Last of Us. There's not going to be a third one, obviously, because of how awful and hated the
No,
second
there
one
could
was.
be.
There could be, but
Still
like, it's
sold
not
really
going to
well.
be. The second one and potentially a third one will not be as beloved as the first one when it first came out. I think
No.
I think that is by far a lot of people's, like, I mean, I don't know if you remember, like, people were like, they would get to the huge twist of, you're playing this revenge character going for revenge, and then halfway in the game, all of a sudden you play as the lady that killed him, and it's just like, actually it was okay that I murdered him. And then like there's like people like seeing that, and then you have to play as that character and help them keep doing what they're doing, and they're just like, fuck this, and they just like throw away the disc, they quit the game. There's like a streamer doing it. But I thought it was funny, the
That is funny.
revisionism of The Last of Us. But yeah, that
Goodness
was the
me.
last thing I had to talk about tonight.
Well, let me ask you this. All right,
What?
we're gonna do our new segment. Would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather poop in the only toilet at a party knowing you'll clog it, or in the bushes in the backyard? Like you're at a party with your friends. Would you rather take a crap in the toilet and you know you're gonna clog it because it's bad, or would you rather risk it and just go in the backyard?
I would do neither. I would just go home.
You don't have time. It literally says please hurry. I didn't put that part in, but
This is awful. I don't like that.
huh?
Do you get caught if you do that?
Well, that's part of it. let's just say people are gonna find out one way or the other.
Well, if they're gonna find out one way or
Because
the
they go out and they're like, let's go smoke. And then they smell it like, what is that? And then they see a human turd because it's distinguishable, and they're like, what the hell? And then there's like a poll. No, that I think.
I can't go far enough. They're gonna find out regardless.
Well,
this sucks.
okay,
I
but hold
freaking
on.
hate
we
this,
don't.
dude.
They're not gonna know necessarily that it's you, but they might put a text out and say who took a crap in the bush, to to the group.
I don't. Well, the only way I would know it was gonna clog it is if like their toilet doesn't work very well.
Yeah, it doesn't. And
it's so it's just like I don't know why they would do that when they know. It's like, well, I mean, our toilet is busted, so they probably knew. I don't like.
What would you do? So what would you do? Let's start with that. Would you risk it, or would you go to the bush, or take a crap in your car since you poop your pants on the way home?
Yeah, I'd probably do that before
you'd poop your
ruining
pants?
Everybody's experience. I'd try to get the gas station. Like I would.
You don't have time. That's the thing. Like I'm saying, you don't have time. You were about to rip open. You've never had that happen?
No.
It's you've never been at work and you're like, I have to go, but like I don't have the exact opportunity to go right now because I have to be somewhere. I tell you, when I was on the job, thank God I had a partner, because usually we don't.
Yeah.
And it just. Yeah, when I was an officer. And we were actually like, we had just had to stop traffic, clear traffic. There was a guy that was running. He had like a gun and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, guys, I'll be right back. And we were right next to like a fucking disgusting Arby's or something. And I had to just run in and take care of business. But like, if I didn't have a partner there, like that, can like monitor the people we have in our back seat, like it would have been bad. That's why I keep a spare pair of underwear wherever I go in my car.
Yeah, I think I might just do that. Yeah.
You poo your pants?
I've never had that happen before, but I have no shame for people who that has happened for, because like that's life.
But you still haven't answered the question.
I would rather poop my pants.
No, that's
trying to get somewhere.
Trying to get somewhere?
I mean, honestly, I guess I would
just use the toilet.
I would probably use the woods and then just head home.
The woods?
Like, I gotta go, guys. And I go outside and I crap in the bushes. They shouldn't find that. I don't know how they would find that.
What would you do?
What I would do? Oh, I'd clog the toilet and then say, hey, I need a plunger. Because I think I've actually done that before.
Yeah, but you can't unplunge it. I thought that was the whole bit. If I can unclog it.
No, you're gonna clog it.
Someone's gonna find out though.
Okay, I will say this. No, this has actually happened.
If I can unclog it, that's different.
Unless it was a nightmare. I had it once where I was out somewhere and I clogged the toilet and I was like started sweating because I was so like embarrassed and nervous. And I tried and I had to unclog the toilet, and again, maybe I don't know if I'm making this up or if it was a dream or it actually happened.
Nightmare scenarios.
Then I think I had to tell like the person that, like,
that owned it,
that was hosting.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, we have a serious problem.
Yeah, like I mean, I would go about that route, but I thought it was like a Dumb and Dumber situation where it's just like, oh, the toilet doesn't work, and it's done.
Harry, are you in there?
Be right out!
I hope you're not using the toilet. It's broken.
Huh?
It's just like, it's not, somebody else is going to have to do it. If I can do it, then I'll just do it. I'll take care of it.
Was that in the movie?
Yeah.
Have you not seen that movie?
It was years ago.
Like, yeah, he gives them like a bunch of like diarrhea, laxatives, and then he like just tears it up in the toilet.
Is it the Dumb and Dumber guys? Or is it
it's Dumb and Dumber in the movie, and then the blonde guy, and he like tears it up, and he's like with this girl he's trying to like get with, and then he's like, everything okay in there? And he's like, yeah, I'm just washing my face. And he's like, okay, oh, make sure not to use the toilet. It doesn't flush. And it's like, ugh.
And wait, and he already
destroyed it.
Oh. Okay. No, the only thing I remember from that is the Hooters joke, and then
Hooters joke.
You don't remember that?
I don't think I've actually seen the movie and sat down and watched it.
Well, there's like one scene where he's like, "Oh, nice Hooters," and she's like, "Excuse me," and they're like, "Yeah, the owl exhibit or something." And then there's another one, it's like, "Oh, so there's a chance." Like,
yeah. Oh, so you're
she's
telling
like,
me there's a chance.
She's like 1 in a billion or whatever.
And so you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, it's a pretty classical
It's
movie.
like the one funny movie Jim Carrey's been in.
You don't think The Mask is funny? You didn't like it as a kid?
No.
You never watched it as a kid, I guess. I watched it as like a little kid. I like Jim Carrey as like a little kid. As a little kid, I really like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, as a child, when funny faces are funny to you,
yes.
But like now, like it's just cringe to watch.
I'm not he's not somebody I aspire towards.
Did you see the face I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like I don't think it holds up now that I'm an adult.
What was that other one? Like what, Liar Liar?
I don't even know if Dumb and Dumber's all that funny. Like I grew up
like the Truman Show. That's not even a funny movie, but it's good. I like the movie, but like that's not really a comedy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do just comedy.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm like, yeah, no, really, like I don't. That's probably the only movie that's actually funny that I think he's.
You didn't like The Grinch? Everybody loves The Grinch.
No,
that's
the only thing
that's
I
his Terminator film. Isn't that the funniest part though? That's his Terminator.
What does that mean?
Like
that's what he's known for.
That's what you're like. That is the role that is on your level essentially. Like when you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, he is the Terminator. Like the Terminator. Like that's his.
But that's a cool thing, right?
It can be. Like I would say Sylvester Stallone is interesting in the fact that he has Rambo and Rocky, and it's just like, which one is he?
Rocky.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't grow up. Well, I didn't grow up with either of them, but we watched.
I would say Rocky is probably, it's just like that's Sylvester Stallone is Rock. Like his fame is that.
Don't give up.
Yeah, but it's just like Tom Holland is probably always going to be Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is always going to be Spider-Man. Like it's just like they are these characters first.
The new movie's coming out.
A new Spider-Man? Oh yeah.
It's like July 30th or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have talked about the Odyssey. We need to go watch that.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
You don't sound like you do.
Well, apparently it's a masterpiece. Like all the reviews are like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I still need to watch Obsession. I've been hearing a lot more about it.
You still haven't watched it?
No, is it on that one thing?
I'd have to check, but honestly, it's worth just going to the theaters for.
Well, it's probably out of theaters by now.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, well, we need to end the show.
Right.
So you're pooping your pants?
I mean, if I can unclog the toilet, then I'll just clog the toilet and then unclog it.
No longer uncloggable.
Oh, that's so convenient for your... yeah, like you can bail out of that.
Okay, it's like you do that too, where it's like, okay, but now you can't do this.
Yeah, but you already answered what you would do, and I'm like, oh, then I would do that too. And you're like, yeah, well, you can't, I can't, and that's different.
Well, that's our show, folks.
Yeah.
Smile. Bye-bye.